Geoffrey Ruku, when he was campaigning for Mbeere North in the last election, he was this, this finance accountant guy who was, in Kule Nairobi. He's a big guy in Nairobi. So the introduction of Geoffrey Ruku to the people in the community is, who is he? He's a finance guy, he's an accountant, but he'll tell us because he's already come into the studio. Miriam, we'll have to raise it. Geoffrey Ruku.
Yes.
Is the tallest cabinet secretary currently in the Republic of Kenya, right? And among the tallest people actually in that government. I'm sure I am right. Am I not?
No, you are right.
I am right?
Yes.
When you stand there, you just look at people from a bird's eye view. So wakisema vitu kwa ground hawakuangaliangi wewe.
Because I never look at it that way. Yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
We'll have just 2 minutes for just a bit of introduction. We'll take a break and then come back with the conversation. But our introduction is Felari is giving you the day's quote.
Absolutely. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Today's quote is courtesy of our neighbors in Uganda. That's the Baganda and Bakuki people. The quote reads, "When a bird builds its nest, it uses the feathers of other birds." How does that speak to you? When a bird builds its nest, it uses the feathers of other birds. Or how do you interpret it?
It's a bird. I don't know. I think it says that you have to, it's the nature. Even people depend on other people to move from one step to the other. You get assisted by your colleagues. I think so. I'm not very good in proverbs and interpretation.
You can't do it alone.
I was not a very good student of literature.
Of literature?
Yes.
You did the math things.
I did those other things. Yes.
Before we take a break, Geoffrey.
Yes.
Why do you want to split the mountain?
I'm not splitting the mountain. I'm just saying the truth, how things are as far as Mount Kenya region is concerned. That we fought for independence of our nation together as mountain. We have been in government together from Kibaki government, Jomo Kenyatta government, Moi government, Uhuru government, and even William Ruto's government. We formed together as a people. And it's always right to put history, and participation of other people in fair perspective. If you look at the distribution of infrastructure roads in Mount Kenya region, for instance, Kiambu County, the electricity connection is about over 90%. What about Tharaka County? Are we in the same mountain? Are we talking of the same people? If you look at tarmac of number of kilometers in the west, we are talking about 77.7% of all the roads constructed in Mount Kenya region in Mount Kenya West. So, and also in any case, when we say Kalenjins are not Luos, that's a fact. They have different culture, different customs and traditions. It's the same thing. What makes a tribe to be a tribe? For instance, the Mbeere is a tribe, It's because it has a unique custom, tradition, and culture, different from Kikuyu custom, and tradition, and culture. Article 11 of our Constitution recognizes our culture. It's a very important article of our Constitution. So we should not be ashamed when you're talking about our culture. Okay? We are all Kenyans, Kenya is made of all this unique diversity. So even in Mount Kenya region, we have unique diversity. And I don't know why people are getting shocked to run that Mount Kenya has a unique diversity. We have Kikuyus, we have Merus, we have Mberes, we have Tharakas, we have Chukas, we have Embus. All these we have Kambas in Mount Kenya East. All these are people who history has not treated them fairly.
True. They've worked
You know?
together before.
Yeah, working very together, during fighting of our independence, we fought together. We and General Ruku, General Baimwingi Marete, General Mwaliama, General Kubukubu, General Kivote. All these are our grandfathers and fathers who fought for independence. But have you ever heard of General Kubukubu or General Kivote? We only hear of one general from Nyeri. It's as if it's generals from Kikuyu land who fought for this independence their own. Have you had them been recognized anywhere? So this perpetual unfair treatment is what I'm saying. No, it has to come to an end. There is a lot of if you listen to Rigathi Gachagua talking, there is too much entitlement. He's politically arrogant. And what I'm telling him is that arrogancy he has politically has to come to an end. He was a deputy president of Kenya from Mount Kenya West. We have a deputy president of Kenya from Mount Kenya East. So why would the government be wrong when we have a deputy president of Kenya from the other side of the mountain? We have supported the West over the years, again and again, for more than 60 years. And we have never complained. So when we have a deputy president, and actually this government of William Ruto, people of the mountain formed this government. People of the mountain have the highest number of cabinet secretaries in this government, have the highest number of PSAs in this government, have the highest number of the CEOs and chairmen of parastatals in this government. But one person, crazy guy, who was unable to keep his job, who was unable to manage members of parliament, is shouting on the top of his voice that his own problem is making it to look like a community problems, which is not the truth. Today, this government, William Ruto's government, is constructing a dual carriage from Makutano to Mwea to Embu to Chuka to Ngobo to Meru to Isiolo, Makutano from October this year. Who else would have done that? And that is the side of the east we are talking about.
Right.
We have a Nithi Bridge.
So we take a short break, because there's a lot happening in the mountain. You're right, and we'll talk about that. And I have a theory, actually. What you've just said about, it's one mountain, but many different cultures. And is the development and other things, have they been proportional? I have a theory as to why now that we're hearing this. But let's take a short break. We'll be back with Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Ruku discussing matters mountain and beyond.
Back in conversation with Geoffrey Ruku, the Cabinet Secretary, and the question that we had asked earlier is, why split the mountain? And he came in and said, the mountain has been united for a long time, but you sort of feel like there are people who consider themselves the bigger brother in this mountain. And the other one is not even just a smaller brother, but a smaller step brother.
Yeah.
When we have said that, it reminds me that Rigathi Gachagua was in Embu town over the weekend. And the example you used is a very demeaning example of saying that Kikuyus and Embus are like wife and, a husband and wife. And gave an analogy where that the Embus are the wives and the Kikuyus are the husbands. Why not the other way? It shows the kind of mentality he has, and it shows the angle at which he's looking at Embus, at Merus, at people from the other side of the mountain. Therefore, what we are telling him is that history is very clear. We fought for the independence together. We had generals who fought for the independence. My name is Ruku, and there is General Ruku who fought for the independence. And we are from that lineage. When he says that he's a son of Mau Mau, if you want to see the real son of Mau Mau, he's here. He's seated here. Okay? These warriors or these heroes from the other side of the mountain who fought for our independence were not recognized anywhere. That history is there, and we kept quiet. We supported Jomo Kenyatta 15 years We never made any noise. We are one people. We supported Mwai Kibaki in a big way. We are one people. But of importance, if you go to Kenya Bureau of Statistics, it's a body which is financed by taxpayers every year to collect data. Ask them how many kilometers of road which are in Mount Kenya region, and the one from Meru, Isiolo, Embu, Tharaka Nithi, and you'll see the difference. Ask them how many households are connected with water, running water. The same, you'll see the difference. It's like day and night. So it's not only just about history and our political evolution, but also resources, allocations. Let me tell you, development in this country and many other nations is politically negotiated. I am serving the cabinet. I know the powers vested on presidency. Read our constitution. The seat or the office of the president is a very powerful office. So why is it that someone from Meru can't be the end of the nation? We have Professor Kithure Kindiki, who is just a bit away from to presidency. How come it's the same government which the people of Mount Kenya region formed together is now banned because one person was chased away by members of parliament? We can't accept such a kind of one person to continue championing a narrative, a fake narrative.
Is this a feeling? Sorry, Mariam, go ahead.
No, I was going to say my theory, which I was alluding to just before the break. What you're saying is not a lie about development has historically favored the seats of power. That's okay. And every region right now is clamoring. Everybody will come and say, my people, my people, my people, which is all fair, all well and good. The timing of it, though, the timing of fragmenting the mountain is because the mountain is, quote, the mountain is lost to President Ruto. So it's like, okay, do I let the whole block go? Or do I fragment the block and keep parts of it, which is what you're doing right now? Let's go east versus west. Let's go this. And
Why are you
granular.
saying the mountain is a lost from President William Ruto? That's not true.
Okay. If Ol Kalou is anything to go by, I know you reference Bere North.
Anything to go by?
You yourself actually.
Bere is in the mountain. We
Yes.
won
by a
Bere
very
North
thin
direction.
margin, by a
Listen,
very thin margin.
that politically,
and a lot of people actually accuse you of making that election not free and fair. So we can even go into that. Let me just finish my point.
Let me teach you the Bere North politics. From 1992 to now, the winner as a small margin of 500 votes. I won with 700 votes, 2022. From 1992 all the way to now. And there are reasons why the margin is always thin. It's because also in Bere North, politics is aligned to clans, okay? Just like in other parts of Northeastern. So it's not because of what you may say, I don't know, Rigathi Gachagua or whoever, but we won Bere North, and also we won 2 by-elections for county assembly. Evrore won and Mumenje won by a very huge margin. So it is still in Mount Kenya region. So please say probably the west. You can say the west is gone, but don't say the entire mountain is gone.
So
and
is
also
the
not
west
the entire,
gone?
and not the entire mountain. Kiambu people, I can tell you, they are family behind President William Ruto. Kiambu people are family behind.
So who's gone? Murang'a, Nyeri,
Nyandarua,
probably
Kirinyaga.
Is Kirinyaga east or west?
Kirinyaga,
the border.
Mwea and Geshogo are Mount Kenya East.
So those are also gone.
No.
No, those are.
So Ndia is
Those are-
west.
but
Kirinyaga is
Ndia is
half east, half west.
Yes, Kirinyaga is half east, half west.
So let's just say where the road cuts across and splits through Mwea down up to Embu. We are saying that one block is gone, the other one remains.
No, we still have Keshogo, which goes the other side of the road. Yes.
But who does it benefit? You know, and it's just once looking for an answer to Mariam's question. Who does it benefit when we split the mountain? Because we could look at it this way. This is what the leaders are saying as we've long been marginalized from the development of the mountain. And, that's a very fair ask to say that development has only been concentrated on one side of the mountain. That's a very fair ask. But to the sentiment that you're presenting here, are you presenting the sentiment of the leaders of Mount Kenya East, or are you presenting the people of Mount Kenya East when you say you want to split the mountain?
I was here when we were in campaigns for Better North. And that morning, there was social media circulating that Rigathi Gachagua is visiting my grandmother's homestead and having a cup of tea, which was all propaganda because I don't have any living grandmother. And a similar question I was asked, that am I speaking sentiments, my own sentiments or sentiment of people in Better North then, okay? And I think I answered that question firmly. I can assure you, that question you're asking will be answered on 10th of August, 2027. That the sentiment which I'm speaking are sentiment for the people of Mount Kenya East. What we are saying is simple. President William Ruto and his government is working hard to get us electricity in our households, which is totally different from connectivity in other side of the mountain. President William Ruto and his government is ensuring that we're having tarmac roads across the east, which is totally different. On the other side, they have more kilometers of road than we have. President William Ruto is getting us power connectivity in our households. So nobody can tell us when all this is happening, and it's happening courtesy of President William Ruto, and we had other many successive government which we supported attentively, and they never pushed, as President William Ruto is doing. So what you are telling Rigiji is, Rigiji, you can pull Nyeri people or whoever you want to pull out of government, it is okay. But as a leader from the same region, I will not sit and watch you deceiving, especially where the region where I come from. I will not sit and watch. I will shout at the top of my voice until my people can hear me that the government which for the first time is listening to us is government of William Ruto. And we are lucky that we formed this government together. We fought William Ruto to man. And we cannot fault William Ruto to man. And when you ask him, what have you done? He's enumerating one project of the other. Affordable housing program continuing. Market continuing. He has employing teachers for us. Tarmac roads are in every constituency. Last mile connectivity is going on in our area. Water connectivity is still going on in our area. Then we start shouting one time because one madman from Mamnyoro, he has decided to just be to revenge because he was chased away from his job by members of parliament.
What's the reality of the sentiment of politics actually in the region, Because like you say, East is many. The difference between East and West is that, West could argue that they all speak the same dialect. Right? They are different. Kiambu and Muranga and Nyeri when it comes down to it, they start arguing that they are different, but they speak all, it's the Kikuyu side. The East side, you have all those that you've mentioned. The Meru are 6, there's the Embus, there's the Beres, there's the, among the Merus, we have the Rakas in there. Are they all speaking the same language as you? Are they all looking at things from the same side as you? Not you, because now you are a minister, you can say all those things, right? Because you're a minister. Alice Wahome is a minister, she's saying the same thing about West, okay? But does it mean that Muranga is agreeing with Alice Wahome? Does it mean that because Ruku is now a minister and he's saying this, it actually is representative of the feelings of the people in Embu, the general people in Embu? The reality, Ruku. What is that reality?
And I've seen
political sentiment. Wacha mambo ya barabara inajengwa.
I've said, we will prove whether we are right or wrong next year. And I have said, I was here also, I was being asked the same question, because by then, Better North sit in social media. It was gone, okay? But we proved what we were saying was something substantial, because we won the by-election. Also, I'm here saying that Rigathi Gachagua is not going to take us for a ride. We were not going to accept. This government of William Ruto, we formed it together as a people in 2022. This government of William Ruto is doing quite a number of things across our region, and not only in our region, but in the entire republic. I have just said, we have the highest number of ministers from our region in this government, PSs from our region.
How many are from the east?
I'm talking about the Mount Kenya region.
Yeah, let's look at
We
how
have
many?
2 ministers from the east.
Two ministers from the east. How many
2.
from the west?
We have more than, I think, 5 from the east.
Okay.
From the west.
How many PSs from the east?
And when you say that now, it even add more
Salt to the fire. Yeah, let's go. 2 from the east.
And
How
I don't
many?
want to go that direction.
There's a reason we're heading in that direction. Because I asked you,
I don't want to go
what
that
is
direction.
the sentiment
I don't
of
want
the
to go
people?
that
Not the
direction.
2 ministers.
Okay?
Not the 2 ministers.
We have 2 ministers from
What
the east.
is the sentiment of the people? When especially you start to come and say that we have for a long time been overlooked and disenfranchised and treated as the junior
Tell me, Latif.
cousins of this. Now, because you have a
Tell
deputy
me,
president
Latif, is it
and a
true-
minister for public
Is it
service.
true that we had deputy president 2022 from the mountain?
That's true.
That's
yes.
true.
Is it true that now we have a deputy president from the mountain?
That's also very true.
So, why would Rigathi Gachagua, when 2022, when he was a deputy president, government was good? When we have deputy president from the east or from the same mountain, government is banned, or William Ruto is banned.
Can the two not coexist? Can you not have a bad government with a deputy president from the east?
So, what we are saying, and I want to repeat again and again, we have different culture, tradition, and custom. Even in North Rift, we have South Rift and North Rift. Even in the coast, we have South Coast and North Coast.
Yes.
Even in Nyanza, we have Ruo Nyanza and Kisii Nyanza.
Yep.
Okay? The same way,
And Kuria Nyanza.
we have Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West. That's a political reality which Rigathi Gachagua and his team must come to terms with.
Your
That-
political leader
Yes.
in the mountain, who is now like the deputy president, right,
Yes.
is not for the idea that you're pushing of splitting the mountain.
I don't speak for the deputy president.
He says it's not a good idea to talk about splitting the mountain. There's absolutely no reason to split the mountain.
I don't speak for the deputy president. He has his own opinion. I have my own opinion.
And yours is, let's split the mountain.
Mine is, it has come a time for the people of Mount Kenya East, that is Merus, Tarakas, Dharakanidis, Embus and Beres, for the brothers or the other side of the mountain to know that we are not Gikuyus. We are not Gikuyus. And we have our own unique problems which must be negotiated politically in a unique manner and in a different way. And we are going to champion our political agenda differently. And please remember, during Kibaki's re-election, it's Tharaka Nithi which came out in very strong number to vote for Kibaki. When Kibaki and Uhuru Kenyatta were competing, who stood with Kibaki? It is Mount Kenya East. The Kiambu and Morangas, all of them, they went to support Uhuru Kenyatta. So we have been supporting people from the West family again and again, and we are saying time has come when also the West has to support us. And if they are not going to support us, and because we have one of our own, Professor Kithure Kindiki, if they are not going to support us, then Aduna Budi, tutakata Mrima.
Would this push be there if at all you are not in broad-based? I'm just curious. Like if yourself, Professor Kithure Kindiki, were not in government, would this push for split in the mountain be there?
If we are not in government?
Yeah.
I don't know. I will not be in government then. I don't know. I can't be able to answer that.
I want, just before we go, because you referenced Mbeere North, and I want to get you on record about this. A lot of the opposition have said we cannot verify that we lost Mbeere North, largely in part to Geoffrey Ruku. They said you stormed the polling station, expelled their agents, therefore they cannot tell whether or not they lost, given how thin the margin was. And you've spoken to how thin margins in Mbeere North are. But no, let's speak to it. And it's not one or two or three people who have said Geoffrey Ruku stormed the polling station, expelled our agents. We cannot verify what happened. If Karish won or Mudende won. Yes.
Okay. They went to court after the elections, and the case was taken through. And the polling station, which they were claiming that I stormed the polling station and I stole, or I don't know, did whatever they are saying, the magistrate said, the judge said, okay, put the ballot boxes for this polling station here, and any other polling station which is questionable. And the ballot papers were counted again, one after the other, in front of the judge, and the entire lawyers of Wamunyoros and also UDA lawyers. And to make the matter worse, Wamudende gained 1 vote from the same polling station.
In the recount?
In the recount, which was not, I don't know, it was not counted properly. It was supposed to go to Wamudende's. So if there was a fourth recount and it indicated that it is exactly the way it was recorded, even including other polling stations. So all this as an allegation that I invented a polling station, I abducted a polling station, is not true. It's just propaganda, because they are known of speaking lies, serious propaganda, which almost look as if they are real. You know, the guy, Rigathi Gachagua, has a very warped mind. Is a guy who lives his own imaginary world. Very warped mind. That is what many Kenyans don't know, those who have not stayed close to him. Some of us who have stayed close to him know the guy has very warped mind. He can tell you this is not a Daily Nation paper.
Okay.
Because he's seeing his own things.
Okay, were you at the polling station?
Yes, I was at Gitipoli polling station and many other polling stations.
Yes.
Not only Gitipoli polling station, but different other polling stations. I went to different polling stations. Some of them I was even chased away.
Did you expel any agents?
No. Why should I expel an agent? Why?
Ruku, did your presence there cause a fracas?
No, there was
Did your
no.
presence to any polling station cause fracas?
The only polling station where I went during the day to inspect, as a participant, you are around to go check that things are running the right way. Do you know Rigathi Gachagua and embroidered goons in each and every polling station?
They say the same thing about you.
I'm telling you.
They say the same
There
thing
were
about
goons in each and every polling station. Listen, in Mbeere, we have never experienced a violent election as we experienced just the other day. And in Mbeere, we are calm people. We don't fight. We don't fight with anybody.
So did your storming of a polling station cause disruption?
I never stormed any polling
Operations.
station. I mean, I never stormed any polling station, okay? But I went round during the day, the voters, when we were doing the voting, across different polling stations in Mbeere North.
Why?
You have to ensure that your people, there is no intimidation which is going on. You have to ensure that voting is going in the right manner. You can't just go and strip.
As who?
As a leader, of course. I'm a leader in Bere.
What role were you playing in the election?
I want you, Ratif, to read Article Section 25 of the Conflict of Interest Act. Okay?
We went through that one last time. It's okay.
I want you to read that Section 25 of Conflict of Interest Act. Okay? That I'm a cabinet secretary.
Okay.
And the law allows me to campaign for a candidate.
Okay.
The laws allow me to be an agent of a candidate. Okay? So
Geoffrey Ruku,
I campaigned for Amudende, and I campaigned for Amudende.
You campaigned before the day of voting. You campaigned, all right? The law allows you to.
Sorry?
Does the law allow you to campaign on the voting day?
No.
Does the law give you any role on the conduct of an election?
Ratif, I don't know whether you have participated in any management of an election.
I have not.
And that's why you're asking those questions.
I have observed.
That's why you're asking those questions. In this studio, you have to manage the studio. You don't just sit there and ask questions. All these cameras must be set properly. All these chairs I'm seeing here, they must be set properly. The lighting must be proper. You have to manage the studio.
Yes.
It's not, your work is not just to sit there.
It is not
The
I
management,
to manage the studio.
the management of the entire election process, so that you are candidate to it. Listen,
is the
I have
job
agents.
of the IEBC.
Yeah.
I have agents.
Let's establish that the management.
But if you allow me to explain, then you don't.
No. We are just going step by step. The management of the entire election process is vested to who by the law?
Does the IMBC recruit agent for the candidate?
No. So the IEBC is
who recruits agent for the candidate?
IEBC is mandated to manage the election.
I'm asking you, who recruits agent for the candidate?
The
Answer
IEBC.
me.
Let's start with my question. The IEBC is mandated to manage the election, is it
And
not?
I'm answering you with a question so that you can know your question is wrong. Okay? Who recruit agents for a candidate? Does the candidate have agents in each and every polling station?
Yes.
They do.
Who recruits those agents?
The candidate does.
The candidate does.
Right.
So who should monitor whether each and every candidate has appeared in the respective polling stations?
The candidate.
Is it the IBC?
The candidate.
Can the candidate be in each and every polling station at the same time?
That is their job. You see, the candidates.
Does the candidate have managers? Do we have campaign manager? I was the campaign manager of Bere North.
Does the law recognize that in the election?
Yes.
It
IBC.
does not.
IBC.
It does not, Geoffrey. And you know this very well. The IBC allows for political parties and the candidates to nominate agents
Yes.
per polling station. And if there's going to be one that is coordinating, that is also known. But their job is elsewhere. So I was asking you, did you have a role to play on the election day in Bere North as a voter of Bere North?
Not if we are talking from the point of ignorance, and I'm sorry to say that, because I participated in many elections. I participated in 2013, I participated in 2017, I participated in 2022 as a candidate. And I remember being taken through some training by IBC that you have to open an account for campaigns, you have to have a campaign manager, you have to have, all these kind of people as a candidate to help you to run your campaign.
Okay.
I've just told you that I was a campaign manager for Bere North by-election. And as a campaign manager for the Bere North by-election, is a space recognized by IBC, the laws, the election laws of our nation. Okay? And as a campaign manager, there are those things which we have to do during the campaign and even the day of voting, okay? And not only the day of voting, but also during the vote count, and also during the declaration of who has won and who has lost. And all that is what I ensured it has been executed with the military precision, because it was not a child play, it was a serious engagement for the people of Mbeere North, and I am to ensure it is successful as the campaign manager. Okay? So,
I'll ask
that we
campaign
finish. But the
manager-
topic of the day, which is very
just before
important,
you
the topic of
finish,
the day, Rati, which is very
agents
important.
are very well understood under our electoral laws. A campaign manager, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with what role a campaign manager would play
After this discussion, what you're going to do...
voting station, in a polling station. I understand the work of a campaign manager.
After this
but
discussion,
in
just check
what-
the laws, IBC, election, it's called, not IBC, there is election, there's another act of parliament of 2011, which stipulate how elections should be conducted. Election Act 2011, actually, it's called Elections Act 2011. How elections should be conducted in the Republic of Kenya.
Yes.
Just go through those laws, that Act of Parliament, you will see the functions which we are talking about of an election manager. You will see all those functions stipulated there in that Act of Parliament.
I know that thing you could have answered very well from the very beginning. Did you have a role to play?
Yeah.
Yes, I was the campaign manager for Wamudende. Were you accredited by the IEBC? Yes, I had been accredited as the campaign manager for Wamudende. Therefore, this was the role I was playing. Simple.
Okay, let's go back to our topic of the day. Why are we talking about Mount Kenya, Eastern Mount Kenya West? It's because I have said we have our unique problems. The number of kilometers of road in Mount Kenya West is not the same as the number of kilometers of road in
Mount Kenya East.
in Mount Kenya East. All the struggles which we have taken in place from the time of our independence to supporting Mwai Kibaki, to supporting Rigathi Gachagua just the other day, to supporting William Ruto, to supporting Moi and his government. Who brought the issues of who fought Moi? It's the Rupias and Matipas from Murang'a. We, the people from Mount Kenya East, we had no issues with Moi. Jeremiah Nyaga was a senior minister from Mbeere. He stayed with Moi until 1992. But Matipa and Rupia and other guys because of some funny entitlement, pushed the region out of the government. We are saying we are not going to accept that. If Rigathi Gachagua are going to push the region from the out of the government, then just push your people only who are closer to you. And I am sure also there are people from Kiambu who will say we are not going to follow you. Because we can't be speaking of the same problems again and again, because development is politically negotiated.
I want to introduce something that came up over the weekend, which is the broad-based government, ODM, the faction of ODM, coming in and saying that Oparanya should be given the deputy seat. Currently, the deputy seat sits with Professor Kithure Kindiki, who, again, is from the region that you want annexed from the mountain.
It's okay. It's okay for anybody to say you want whichever seat you want. It's within the democratic space for Paranya to say you want to be deputy president, and any other person. There are several who have said they want to be deputy president.
Would you support?
Of course, I don't support. I support Professor Kithure Kindiki to continue being the deputy president, because he has performed very well as a principal assistant to the president. He has outperformed himself as a deputy president, and I think he's suited to be the next deputy president 2027 to 2032. So you don't fix that which is working. Yes, you don't fix that which is working.
What if he's not picked as the running mate for President Ruto?
We will continue supporting President William Ruto. It's a prerogative of the head of state to choose his running mate. Yes, it is him to continue to choose his running mate. Yeah.
And the current composition of the cabinet also has, again, those that come from the west side of the mountain. And we are seeing the politics of performance and delivery to what, President Ruto requires, which is votes. What is your word to those that sit in cabinet and still have not fully declared where it is that they stand?
I don't know your name. What's your name?
You can call me F1, Ferraris.
Ferraris.
Yes.
Ferraris. Don't take me to that territory. The person who knows whether his ministers are working or not is the president. Is the appointing authority. He gave us jobs. He's the one who can be able to assess and see who is doing what and how. I don't know. So I'm not the president of Kenya. I am not an appointing authority. All of us as ministers, we report to one person, president of Kenya. And at different times, we don't report the community. And the president is able to access and see who is doing what and how. Because all of us can't be homogeneous, we have different weaknesses and we have different strengths. There are those who have strength and they are quiet. They are quiet and they are doing very serious things at the back office. You never see them shouting in the field. But they are very effective when they come to deliver of whatever they are told to do by the president. So, cabinet is one. Things are moving. Government things are moving. As you know, you see it, Nairobi Stock Exchange came out as one of the best, actually the best securities exchange in the world 2 weeks ago, I think. So there was such a report. All these things to happen, there must be a team which is putting right things and policies and decisions making, which are right. And president has a team which is helping him to make all these decisions. So all of us, from where I sit, we are doing what is...
It's a political negotiation, Geoffrey, and you know this. I mean, you're talking about East-West. I mean, if the West is... Look, the president, according to the court, has... and the time is running out. Actually, when do the 90 days run out? For him to reconstitute his cabinet so that it meets the gender principle, right? So there's going to be a reshuffle of this cabinet. Should the president appoint more people from East and maybe drop some people from the West? Because, like you said, these West people have been too entitled for too long.
I don't speak for the president. I don't speak for the deputy president. Okay, president will make his decision. He has been conferred powers by the constitution to constitute a cabinet.
You're playing this one safe.
I don't participate in any way or in constitution of a cabinet. I don't.
This one you're playing very safe.
That's not something I can. That's beyond my pay grade, my friend.
This is what the deputy president has said recently when it comes to matters of being edged out, for example, of the seat. Politics is gaining momentum. We have seen the ODM brigade is saying it's half-half. Starting with the number 2 slot, we can give you the number 1, but the number 2 has got to come to us. They reiterated that this weekend, saying Wycliffe Oparanya ametosha. The deputy president has said, I mean, we are not going to leave this without a fight. Just take a listen to what he said.
The same government cannot be bad. Ati deputy president ametoka hapa inakuwa nzuri, akitoka hapa tu anakuwa mbaya. Is that possible? Hapana. You don't build a house, complete it, furnish it, and then you abandon it. Alafu unaenda kuishi msituni. Ati ule mtu wanatuletea hapa kwake nyumbani hakuna lami hata ya kwenda kwake nyumbani. Ati huyo ndiye atatujengea barabara. Mtu amekuwa kiongozi karibu nusu karne.
Well, we know what he's talking about. He's talking about a leader from your neighboring county, you know, plus who has been in, the president says, Mr. 40 years, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
I mean, this is the politics that's shaping up in the mountain, Geoffrey. Right? It's a fight here for the survival of Kithure Kindiki in the seat, for your own survival as a minister.
Let me ask you, has Kithure Kindiki performed exceptionally well as a deputy president of the Republic of Kenya? The answer is yes. So, why would you replace or fix something that is performing well? Why do you want to reinvent the wheel? From where I sit and many of political leaders where they sit, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has performed well as principal assistant to the president. But it is President William Ruto call to name his running mate next year. It's not far. It's next year by May, you'll be having a running mate because there are election timelines put by IMBC.
Okay. Just to go back,
when you come to 40 years, it is true. Kalonzo Musyoka was a minister when I was in primary school. And he's still, I was reading Kalonzo Musyoka, who is, you know, those days we asked, who is the Minister of Education? Honorable Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka. Who is the Minister of Environment? Kamotho, I don't know, Kamotho somebody, was called Kamotho. J. Kamotho. Who is the up to today? The other day, I saw Mother Karua changing his party to Liberation, Liberation Party. Where were you when Kenya was not... You want to liberate Kenya now, and you have been there from 1990s. When we were in primary school and secondary school, you were a member of parliament. James Orengo was a member of parliament in 1978, 1979. And it's still up to today. Jamani, give us a break. Okay. Anybody who participated then, they should retire come 2027. Kalonzo Musyoka should retire. Orengo should retire. All of them should.
What's the cut-off date?
Sorry?
2000?
I'm saying you have been in this space for too long. You are one of the people who have contributed in not making very difficult decisions for our nation to take a different economic trajectory.
So I'm asking, what's the cut-off date? We say people who, from this point going backwards,
2002.
home.
I'm saying anybody who was a minister in 1990s, anybody who was in parliament in 1980s, what are you doing in political space now? Kalonzo Musyoka was a member of parliament in 1983. And you still think he has something to do which can change the lives of Kenyans. Zero.
Yeah, you're playing that political game nicely there. So in that case, because you do not want to say people who are ministers, who are members of parliament in the 90s, you want to say only people who are
ministers.
Who are ministers in the 90s. Then Martha Karua gets off the list. She's good game. She can vie. She was not a minister in the 90s.
But she was a member of parliament.
Yes, as was
So
William
then
Ruto.
William Ruto.
Yeah, and that's why William Ruto is a president
So
of the Republic of Kenya.
He also should
Kalonzo
retire.
Musyoka should have been president of this nation a long time ago. There is something that Kalonzo is missing in Kalonzo, or what we may call, I don't know whether it's the right one to use, the killer political instinct, that we are able to strike when there is an occasion for you to do so. Kalonzo Musyoka does not have killer political instinct.
So
he's not
a
able
political
to stand to the occasion and do what is required to do as per that occasion. And he will never, ever have that political instinct.
Let the
I'll
people
come back.
decide.
Yes.
I'll come back to that. I've been going through the Elections Act. There's no such thing as a campaign manager defined under law. So I'm still going back to the same question, which is in what capacity you are at the polling station. The law identifies agents, parties, candidates, adults. Who is it even defined who is an adult, but no such thing as a campaign manager?
I'm sure you can't go through an entire act of parliament.
I can't. That's what AI is for.
Within
Very
a
quickly.
very few minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, there is
Even
AI.
under the definitions,
but after this,
just under the definitions, there's no definition
show,
of any such thing as a campaign manager.
After
That I
this
can go
show,
through in real time, and I
Ratif,
have.
I will send you a comprehensive information after this show on all the roles played in campaign.
You know, I cannot go through the entire act, but even the simple addendum on definitions, where you can go alphabetically and look for the word campaign manager. Under C, there's only candidate, constituency, county selection, commission,
I wish
candidate,
you can run for a
so
seat
on.
and you don't have a campaign manager. You fail seriously.
It's not about not
Whether you would have or not.
Whether you would have. It's what the law says. Does that recognize any such person as a campaign manager? The people in a polling station are agents. They are or candidates and their representatives who are the agents.
Correct.
It's IEBC. It's when you're voting, you as an adult of sound mind who is a Kenyan citizen. So the question is, who is a campaign manager, and what in the law allows for the campaign manager to be in the polling station?
An accredited electoral official is that person who's supposed to be within a polling station. But very curious to see what CS Ruku is going to send our way. Again, we keep saying maybe we're the ones who are missing out on something.
The general regulations, and I'm
So
afraid to open
when
that as well.
when Rigathi Gachagua is talking about chasing away tourists not to come to Kenya, Kenya is not one person entity. Kenya belongs to all of us. And you can't sabotage the economy for you to have your own political goal achieved. There are many Kenyans who are employed by tourism sector. And you should stand and apologize to Kenyans when you are saying, let not investors come to this country when our foreign investors' confidence index has really gone up. And this after very heavy lifting from the president's side. Then you are there calling for tourists for investors not to come to Kenya. You are calling for tourists not to come to Kenya. Your children may be comfortable, but there are those who have they raise their children from earnings from the tourism sector. We can't continue like this. And you don't need more examples to know that this guy is a crazy fellow who should not be followed by anybody. And it's unfortunate that we have some leaders who are with him. And it's making it's making us take very tough decisions so that people may, and especially people from Mount Kenya region, may not be taken his way. Because we see some leaders, some members of parliament who are following him. So that's why we are saying a time has come that we are going to negotiate our development project independently, and as people from Mount Kenya East, and also because we formed this government of William Ruto, people from Mount Kenya East formed this government, people from Mount Kenya West formed this government, and we can't leave this government now. And so far, we have seen what President William Ruto has delivered to us. Matters coffee, matters tea, matters milk, which is the main cash crops from the mountain. All the prices of these cash crops are improving based on the policies and programs which President William Ruto has put in place. So all these gains which we have achieved as a region, we water them down because of Rigathi Gachagua. We will not accept.
Yes, we are about to wrap up. We've just come to the end of our conversation. But as we are calling out the former DP for his utterances, those utterances that came from Health CS, Aidan Duale, in reference to our community from the mountain.
I never listened to them. I don't know what Duale said.
Well, just to I don't know, his
Paraphrase.
sentiment, to paraphrase, yes, that is it. He did reference to the Kikuyu community as hyenas, okay? And these are, of course, we've seen certain members of the government come out to strongly condemn. We have Alice Wahome, who's come out and said that those are remarks that should not even, are unbecoming of a leader like him. Eden Dwale has gone on ahead to say that the NCAC should not summon him, and if at all they are going to, they've summoned him, but they should also summon Rigathi Gachagua, and he'll not show up if at all action is not taken against Rigathi Gachagua. I just want to get your feeling on that, because it's very unbecoming of leaders who will take to podiums to say things that are very inflammatory and very problematic, but refuse to take accountability, even when they're summoned by institutions that are supposed to be checking their behavior.
I don't know what Duare said. I have not listened to what Duare said. I can't be able to say it, to comment it, in an informed way. But probably, assuming he was talking about Rigathi Gachagua.
No, he was talking about the community.
Not leader.
Not one leader, to a community.
I don't know what. I wish you can play whatever so that I can listen. But no, there's no community which is an hyena. I don't know. Bears are not hyenas. I mean, I don't know. So if we call bear hyenas, it's not the right thing to do. Okay.
Should he
But
honor
I
the
would,
summons?
I would comment.
Either way,
Yes.
there's several facts here. The fact is that the NCIC has summoned him to appear before them. Okay? This is a constitutional commission
Yes.
that has summoned him to come so that they ask him about the utterances that he made. Should he honor those summons?
It should appear, but at the same time, NCIC should also call Rigathi Gachagua, because if there's a guy who has
Should
ethnicized, who
Dwale's
has-
appearance be conditional to Gashagua's summons?
No. I'm saying let's also see NCIC, an independent constitutional commission, doing it mandate fairly. Let also invite Rigathi Gachagua, because he's on record calling a meeting of
Your
President.
cabinet colleague says he will not
let me finish.
appear, he will not apologize. Let's deal with
Listen.
one.
Rigathi
And the
Gachagua.
other.
Rigathi Gachagua.
Should Dwale appear and apologize?
I have told you, I never listened to the Ndware clip.
And
I need
we
to
are
listen.
dealing with a constitutional commission has summoned
Yes,
him.
and I need to listen. You know,
Okay.
the Constitutional Commission also,
Should he appear?
under my ministry,
Should Dwale appear before the NCIC? Yes, no.
I need to know the fact so that I can answer
The
your
fact
question,
is,
yes or no.
He
a
has been
constitutional
summoned by
commission
the-
has
Yeah.
summoned him to come as they are investigating.
Why have they
are
summoned
not,
him?
They are not accusing
Because
him.
of his utterances.
They are saying utterances have been made. We are summoning you here to come so we understand the context and the meaning of what you are saying. Should he appear?
I don't know. I don't know. I need to go through the fact to see whether it
Fact
should
is,
appear or
a
not.
constitutional
I am
commission
not-
has
I
summoned
am
him.
not- I-
Should it
I-
be conditional? Let's just be very
I
clear
don't
here.
work for
Waziri,
NCIC.
if you were today summoned by the NCIC, would it be conditional on whether you felt like you have made a mistake or not?
You see,
Would you
a
appear?
mistake can be done
Would
by
you appear before police?
DCI, NCIC, EACC, whoever, any
Would you appear?
constitutional commission or the police
If
service.
summoned,
if I'm summoned by the court, I'll appear.
if you're summoned by a constitutional commission with quasi-judicial powers to summon you,
Do they have
do
quasi-judicial
they have
powers?
powers
They
to
do.
summon you?
They do.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. But
Would you-
I need some.
Would you appear
I need some facts.
before you appear?
If you are summoned by a court,
You don't need
whichever court is, you must appear.
a
If you are
constitutional-
summoned by the court, whichever court it is, lower or higher, a magistrate court or a high court or court of appeal, you must appear.
Constitutional Commission.
Okay. That's why I'm saying now, at that point, we need some facts to look at them.
So the answer is no. Geoffrey Ruku, Cabinet Secretary, has been our guest. Thank you for tuning in to Fixing the Nation, one conversation at a time. Join us again tomorrow morning. It's Mariam Bishaf, Larry Somboi, and I, Eric Latif. Have a good day.